So by the end of the fourth day, I was exhausted. My wife was with me, and we got on a plane. We were going home, and when we were flying from Reading to from San Francisco to Reading, have you ever been so tired you're sick? I was so tired, I was sick. And so we get on the plane, and I told my wife, I said, I'm just going to lean my head against the window and see if I can go to sleep. She said, okay. So this is a plane with 3 rows. You know, it's got a row, an aisle, and then 2 rows. And so we're sitting in the 2-row side, and we take off, and we're in the air maybe 5-6 minutes, and I have my head against the window, and I'm just about to doze off. And the Lord said, see that man at the end of the row? I go, yeah. He said, I want to talk to him. I said, go ahead, you have my permission. Because I know that prayer is just giving God permission to do something he wants to do anyway. He said, I want you to talk to him. I said, oh Lord, I'm so tired, I'm exhausted, I've been ministering, I'm the only prophet left. I should have known that wasn't going to work because it was tried once before. And the Lord said, do what I told you, boy. Lo, I am with you always. Can you fly? You know. So I said, all right. So I'm not in a good mood. I mean, have you ever not been in a good mood? So I said, all right. So I swapped seats with my wife. And now let me tell you, let me describe this guy. This guy is he's about 6'2". His head's completely shaved. He's got a ponytail just in the back of his head that goes from here to his butt. And he's got a tattoo, big tattoo all the way around his head, something in Asian. He's got tattoos on both of his arms. His face is shaved except for he's got a goatee that goes to his belly button. Everything's pierced, and he looks mean. And I am not in the mood for this. So, and he's across the aisle, so I know anything I say to him, you know, this plane has 28 people on it. I fly it 4 times a month, 3 times a month. So I said, okay, Lord, what do you want to say to him? He said, tell him he looks tough, but he's a mama's boy. What he told me. I said, I'm not saying that. He said, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. And we got in an argument. He said, yes, you are. I said, Lord. I said, all right, what's the rest of the word? The Lord said, give him that, and I'll give you the rest. Does the Lord ever deal with you like this? The thing is like, it's funny now, but I was not in the mood for this. So whenever I minister on a plane or something, people I don't know, I never say, thus saith the Lord, or the Lord says, or whatever. I say, you know, sometimes I get these visions, and I just kind of ease into it. But I'm mad. So I lean across the aisle, and I say, hey, you. He said, what? I said, I have a word from God for you. He goes, what is it? I said, God says, right, you look tough, but you a mama's boy. He said, that's right. I said, you know why you're a mama's boy? He said, why? Exactly. It wasn't a power pause. Have you ever had prophecies come snail mail? Or dial up? You know why you're a mama's boy? Why? Because. Because your father left your family when you were 8 years old. And you haven't seen him since. And you were abandoned by your father. That's why you got attached to your mama. He goes, that's right. I said, what do you do for a living? He said, I'm the bass guitar player for the band Edema. Have you ever heard of it? I said, no. I said, it doesn't matter though, because the band's going to break up before the end of the year. I said, you know what you're going to do? He goes, I bet you're going to tell me. I said, you're going to travel the earth starting orphanages and working in orphanages because you've loved children your whole life and you've wanted to do that your whole life. He has tears in his eyes. He goes, dude, that's what I've always wanted to do. Can you imagine this guy going to an orphanage? Hi, kids, I'm Frankenstein. I said, you have a girlfriend, don't you? He goes, yeah. I go, you're supposed to marry her. He goes, you are freaking me out. He goes, I was sitting here just 1 minute ago thinking, I wonder if I'm supposed to marry her. I go, you're supposed to marry her, and she's going to travel the earth with you because she was designed to develop orphanages with you. He goes, I'm going home and marry her. I was in the Bakersfield church a few months later after I recovered. And I was sharing the story. I didn't realize the band was from Bakersfield. And I was sharing the story. And as I'm sharing the story, a pastor on the front row was holding up this entertainment section of that day's newspaper. And it was a picture of the band, and it says, "Band breaks up." And he kept saying, talk to me, talk to me. So I went and talked to him after the message, and he said, I led the guitar player to Christ a year ago. And he said, I've been praying for this guy. I've been ministering to this guy. And how many of you know you can't run from the river? The river will come and get you.